Hey folks, welcome to another Hero Press Tip of the Week. This week we're going to talk about SSL, or Secure Sockets Layer. That may be a buzzword you've heard around and may not know what it is, so we're going to go over what it does real quick. Basically, it encrypts the information between your browser and the server. When you type something into your address bar up here and hit enter, it sends a request to the server, and the server sends back a whole bunch of information. If you view page source, it sends back all of this code, which contains all of the content. And so if you are in, say, a sensitive part of the world and you don't want certain people knowing what you're browsing, then you want to have it encrypted. More importantly, when you fill out forms and like a login form to your bank or Google or your email or anything like that, your information is sent out over the network. And if it's not encrypted, then anybody on the same network as you can view it if they have the right tool. The tools are free, easy to use, anyone can do it. So if you're at a coffee shop or someone's using your house Wi-Fi from your neighbors or something, or even coworkers on the same network at work can view what you're doing on the web with some really, really simple steps. And SSL encrypts all of that information. So all they see is random gibberish going over the network. I'm going to show you how to tell if you are using SSL and how to set it up on your own websites. We're using Chrome right here, and we're looking at heropress.com. And here in the top left, you'll see next to the address, there's a little lock. That means that your communications are encrypted. If you click it, you can learn a whole bunch of information about your connection. You don't necessarily need to know all that information, but if you're curious, you can find out. So this is what it looks like in Chrome with that little lock. Next, we have Brave, which puts it in the middle, but it's still the little lock because Brave and Chrome are actually the same underneath of the hood. But then this one is Firefox, and here in the top, you can see there's the lock. It looks a little bit different. And then the last one I want to show you is Safari. It's centered again, but again, you can still see the little lock and you can still click it and get information. Now, what's most important is if you're not encrypted, what does that look like? So we're going to start with Safari this time and go backwards. This site is not encrypted, and it says it using words, not even an icon. Not secure. Don't put anything into a form on this page. And again, Firefox. This one uses the icon, but it puts a red slash through it. And if you click, it says connection not secure. You are not securely connected to this site. It's very important. And then this is Brave, and it uses the words not secure and puts a little warning icon there. And then finally back to Chrome, it says not secure and the little warning icon. So when you're browsing the web, it's not inherently bad that it be not encrypted. For many, many years, there was no encryption on most websites, and people didn't care. You only saw it on banks and things like that. Scarily enough, sometimes not even banks. But it's not a big deal as long as you don't care that somebody's watching you browse Topher's page here, and you're not putting anything into a form. However, it's becoming much, much easier to run SSL. It used to be quite expensive, about $100 a year for the cheap stuff. But now you can do it for free pretty much everywhere, and there isn't really a reason not to do it. Lately, it has become technologically important. From an SEO standpoint, Google has started ranking sites higher if they're using SSL. And also, SSL is required for HTTP2, which is the protocol that the server and the browser use to talk to each other, and it's way faster. So if you have a site and you want it to be as fast as possible, you want SSL. So let's take a quick look at how to set that up. I mentioned it used to be expensive, and then these people called Let's Encrypt released a system for doing it for free for everyone, everywhere, all the time. and all the hosts jumped on it because it's great. You can still pay for a certificate, which gets you some legal wiggle room if something happens. But Let's Encrypt is easily good enough for pretty much everything on the web. So let's take a look at how to use it. We are here at DreamHost under the Manage Domains section, and I have many domains, and you can see most of them don't have HTTPS. A lot of them are just parked. There's nothing there, or they're hosted somewhere else, and I don't care, whatever. But Triforce Power here is my daughter's domain. She doesn't really use it much. It is not running HTTPS, so I just click right there and click. You can see Let's Encrypt free. Select the certificate, and it's done. That was it. All I had to do is select that certificate. It takes about 15 minutes. Now, something about SSL certificates, the expensive ones expire once a year and you have to pay again. The free ones expire quarterly. However, because they're free, your host will almost certainly manage recycling it for you. So I get an email 4 times a year from DreamHost saying, hey, we just updated your SSL certificate. I don't have to do anything. It's great. I also want to show you here SiteGround. We're going to find one that does not have SSL on it yet. Let's do mixedcreative.work. Going to go to all site options. And over here on the right, SSL, add. I click and I select. Now look, here's where you could buy one or pay for one if you want. If you pay $7.50 a month, you can get a dynamic site seal. If you get Let's Encrypt Wildcard, also free, you can get multiple subdomains. The reason you would pay for one, it says underwritten warranty, is $10,000, which means if it's broken or cracked or something, then they'll pay $10,000. For my personal site, I don't care. So I select the free one. Let's accept our cookies. Choose my domain. Period. Not available. Price. Free. Activate. And it's done. That was all there is to it. So in the short period of this video, I've installed SSL certificates on 2 different domains without having to know anything special. Just click the buttons and away it goes. So to reiterate, you want SSL because it helps protect the privacy of your browsers, your users, but it also makes your site much, much faster. And since it's free and easy, there's really no excuse not to do it. So if you're not running SSL on your site, take a look at your host and see what they offer. It's probably going to be simple. I hope you find this helpful.